Hello guys, welcome to the new episode of studying major tarot arcanas and archetypes. Today's archetype will be Emperor, the major arcana number 4. Emperors, they're absolute force. They're leaders, and their main and strongest chakra level developed will be, of course, the yellow chakra, Manipura, the chakra of leaders, the chakra of warriors, people who have enormous amount of will, whose opinion, once it's formed, it's nearly impossible to shift. They are also very, very responsible, because when we look back into the term emperor or king, that's the authority figure who held very big responsibility, not only for his life and the life of his closest one, which is the family, also the life of all the people in the establishment, in the country the emperor was ruling. Upon his decisions and choices, a lot of destinies were decided. Emperors had the last word. Emperor was the one who was in charge. And of course, big sense of responsibility is a heavy burden that a lot of people cannot carry. That's why they are very, very undecisive at times. They tend to seek for advice. They tend to seek for other people's opinions before they form their own. But emperor, regardless of advising with the wise ones or anybody around who are in the close circle, emperor is the one who makes the last word, who makes the last decision. And that decision will definitely impact everybody around. That's why before, back in the days, before the person can be crowned as a king or emperor, there was a lot of tests that the young men had to go through. And one of the tests was the physical strength. Physical strength not only makes person stronger and able to protect himself when attacked physically, it also straightens out the solar plexus center, the mentioned above yellow chakra. This center was highly important for warriors, because that center was able not only to perform the outer actions in fights, for example, it also was able to protect from within. It's like when you challenged with different kind of encounters where they try to dishonor you or the nation you rule. A lot of kings, they wanted to provoke. They wanted to use the special tactics and maneuvers to find a reason to start a war. So that center, Manipura chakra, strongly developed, allows a practitioner to have very, very strong power of will and ability to be strategic when it comes to war games. Strategy is ability to calculate every step you take, and also get into your enemy's mind and calculate every step he or she is going to take towards you. So the ones who have the information, they have the maximum benefits. Information allows you to look at any situation from different points, not only your own, but from the point of your opponent. People who were born on the 4th of the month oftentimes have the tendency to be absolute leaders, to be very, very non-negotiable in certain areas of life. It's like number 4 has this stability to it. Like I'm thinking about the chair that has 4 sticks that it's able to stand on. The chair is not going to be able to stand still on only 3 or only 2. It's going to lose its balance. Yeah. So number 4 does have its numerological predispositions for stability and leadership. A real emperor doesn't change his mind quickly. It maybe thinks longer before acts, but once the opinion is established, it's nearly impossible to move it from the initial point. People of the number 4 archetype, oftentimes, they're very good for any kind of work that requires managing others. that requires taking charge, taking responsibility. And the emperor is like no other, has the desire to patronage others, to protect others. In face of an emperor, it's very important to weigh everything before making the final decision, to take into account multiple factors. Emperor does consist of 4 elements, because in traditional tarot, we have major arcanas, that's the ones we're studying on this series of videos, but we also have minor arcanas. Emperor is the one who can unite all 4 minor arcanas. They're called kings, and all those kings are connected with a different element. The king of fire is the king of wands. It represents more about the outer world, the way the person works, the working environment, the passion, and it's ruled by the element of fire, the ability to extend yourself in space and desire to invade new and new territories. It's also a creative and sexual energy. Second king is a king of coins or pentacles. Pentacles represents money, material realm, represents the energy of Mother Earth. Everything that has to do with Earth has a practical and rather material touch to it. So this energy gives the person reason and the ability to not only accumulate and multiply the finances, but also know how to spread the budget, what he or she already has. Very practical point of view, connected with the Earth. Third king is a king of cups. King of cups. Cups is something that contains the water or the liquid. It's a vessel. So cups are very much connected to the element of water, and it's the emotional side. It's the abilities of one person experience and feel emotion, be compassionate, be kind, because you don't know what people are going through, and ability to have the empathy creates a lot of gratitude from the people you're in charge with. So the emotion and the connection with the water is the king of cups, and it's the third one, but the very last one, it's the king of air. The suit of air is represented by the swords, right? So it's the king of swords. Swords were very common weapon back in the days when the Rider-Waite tarot deck was founded, established. People were using swords a lot in their careers as warriors or as a defense mechanism. So the swords typically is that kind of mentality. It's a very strong mental powers, mentalists. Yeah, it's the ability to weight the situation from the mental point of view, extracting emotion out of it, extracting any judgment out of it, just pure facts, pure reason. So the king of swords would be rather someone who likes compassion and emotion, somebody cold as steel, but somebody who is ultimately coming to any situation from intellectual point of view. And of course, it's connected with the last element of air. And the element of air is the element that rules all of the elements above. If the element of earth represents the mother and element of fire represents the father, the element of water would be representing the daughter, and the element of air would be representing the son. All of these 4 elements will form the cross. Just as an example, I wore the cross today so you can see the connection of all the 4 elements: fire on top, earth on the bottom, water on the left, and air on the right. Although in different schools, the direction can be different. Although the cross of elements represents the power above these all elements. That's why the emperor is the one who possesses all the qualities mentioned above. Yet it's a complete masculine energy. It's a yang energy. It's the energy of sun. It's the energy of activity and the action performed in the outside world. The emperors are not lazy people who are waiting for things to happen for them. They go for whatever they want to get. They put effort into it. They put effort into outside world. And a lot of people who are, let's say, famous sportsmen, practitioners of any kind of sports, only sportsmen will understand how important is it to practice. Practice every day. Even if you're gifted, you're physically strong, and you have natural ability or skills in the sport you're playing, without repetition, without competition, without challenge, without everyday exercise, the results will not be impossible to maintain. It's everlasting process. Masculine energy is very, very valuable always, and it always has been. That's why back in the days where countries had the position where they had no idea what's going to happen tomorrow, maybe somebody's going to invade us out of the blue, just like that. Every single country needed to make sure they have a strong army, and men were the ones who will be able to defend the country in the times of need. And there were so many schools for warriors, schools where boys were going and practicing the arts of warcraft from the very early age. And that's why it was crucial. Every family, whether it's simple folks or royal, were always especially happy when their boys were born, because more men were signifying the power of one's nation and the ability to defend it upon necessity, upon request. And this world is dual. It has the balance of masculine and feminine, which each and one of us contain in a different percentage. So those men who find themselves in situation where they would like to achieve more in life, they should definitely work on the developing of yellow chakra, Manipura chakra, chakra of leaders and warriors. And the principle of the archetype emperor will allow you to get more knowledge on how to get the qualities mentioned above. Those qualities are necessary for women as well, because if they are building their own thing, business, career, they absolutely need to know how to make things happen according to the young principles of action, how to especially rule other people with wisdom, with compassion, and at the same time without letting anybody take advantage of you. The young energy is not going to let anybody take advantage of them. That those features are more prone to people with yin energy, feminine energy. It tends to mother everybody, and it tends to be overly giving and overly compassionate. Masculine principle works in a favor for everybody who wants to establish leadership positions in life. The emperor is sitting here very still, very solid, very confident. It's the traditional Rider-Waite. I want to show you the designer deck as well. The designer interpretations are always very interesting to look at from my aesthetic point of view. You know, it's not even about the beauty of the picture. It's about the energy that radiates from it. You can totally see that this type of warrior, it's better not to mess with. A lot of strength, a lot of undeniable power of will, and ability to protect everyone around. In spreads, archetype emperor or fourth major arcana oftentimes represents, of course, depending on the question, we always go from the question, but most of the time it represents the main man in your life. If you're a woman and you're inquiring about something, it's going to be most likely connected to the main man from your life. Maybe it's your husband or somebody who you see the potential, and all the four elements of other kings are all connected in one. That's why this man is the most important one in your life. Or maybe if the question was nothing to do with the personal life, maybe the question was about the business, the emperor can oftentimes signify your boss, if you have one, or necessity for you to embody this type of energy to achieve prosperity in your business. Basically, to enable all the leadership qualities that were mentioned above in this lesson. I hope it was entertaining and instructive, and I'm going to see you on the next video We have 3 more archetypes to go. And if you would like to know more, if you'd like to learn how to read the system of tarot yourself, how to understand the archetypes and different people, how to implement practical psychology in your life, I'm gladly inviting you to embark on Archetypal Psychology course, and all information can be found under the video. Thanks for watching.